Okay, replacing our lens. Is there a right and a wrong way? Well, firstly, a lot of people get confused. Do I need to turn the camera off or not? You don't have to turn the camera off. It's a bit of a myth that you've got to turn this thing off. I see a lot of people getting very precious and very delicate about this and concerned if they've done it with the camera turned on. You won't damage it. The only reason you would really want to turn that power off is that there's a possibility that the processor at the back of your camera has an electrical charge in it, and it might just attract dust particles. So by turning it off, then yes, you're eliminating any risk of that. But if you did it and you haven't turned it off, then don't panic, you aren't going to be damaging the camera. Other tips, I would always have this lens pointing down. Now it isn't at the moment, it's pointing up because I'm needing to have it on a tripod and record it for your benefit. But don't look at this and think this is the right way to do it. Always have this lens pointing to the ground. Now again, why are we doing that? It's just very practical. If there's dust and things around, it can fall onto that sensor and settle. It will never come up and settle. Okay, so that's what we're thinking here. Now, as you can see, that lens is nice and tight. I'm just going to take this hood off actually so that you can see what I'm doing. That's nice and tight on here. And there's a big button at the bottom. Now as I press this, I can release this lens around and off it comes. And I've got here a small red dot and a small red dot on the camera itself. So I'm putting my new lens back on, I line those up and it clicks around, and that's very stable. I know that that's set in place and I'm not going to be losing it. But do always doubly check that this is locked in and it's nice and tight before you turn your camera back up. What else to say? I would just leave that as, you know, do the operation as quickly as possible. The longer that is open, there's more risk of dust getting in. But you will find that you're covered up inside there anyway. And yeah, you don't have to worry too much. I think people get very precious about this. As long as you're not silly, as long as you're not leaving that open for 30 seconds a minute, it doesn't need to take that long. You've got your last lens ready to go. You take this one off, your next one goes straight back on. The thing is literally 5-10 seconds and your job's done. So be sensible with it. At the end of the day, what's the worst that's going to happen? You'll get a bit of dust on that and you'll need to blow it off or wipe it at worst. So yeah, don't have to get too over precious about this stuff, but just treat it with respect. And yeah, be sensible with it.